nobody is coming to save you. You're holding yourself back.
Will you do what I'm praying for, which is, bringing my husband back at that time? He literally told me that in my prayer. Prove to me that you can be consistent, and I'll show you how I can move things.
Manifesting is saying, I am going to be, not I want to be.
Okay.
Once you stop putting so much energy into, I want a husband so bad, and then you start living, he'll start coming to you.
There's a lot that comes with you writing it down, making it plain.
Yeah. When you're going through these journeys, you're never really alone when you have God. People put too much expectations on the things that they want and then get mad when they don't get it.
Yeah. It has to be you taking that initiative every day.
Nothing can keep you going but you and your faith.
If I experience this temporary, then that forever is out there.
Yep. People really get impatient when it comes to manifesting. You said last year that this was going to be the last year that I was going to spend alone on Thanksgiving. Do you want love to come to you in a rush? Or do you want to keep waiting on it till the right one comes?
You ran into the male version of
and he had to hurt me for me to learn me.
Hey y'all, and welcome to another episode of Beaut Tea Told, your relationship podcast where me and my special guest, we take those relationship topics, struggles, challenges. We deep dive into that thing with the overall goal is bringing transformation, changes, and overall healthy relationships for all. So welcome. So listen, y'all, without a doubt, I'm always going to bring y'all that hot, juicy topic. I mean, that's just what I do. But I have, of course, a beauty in the house, a beautiful, amazing person, which she shouldn't be no stranger to y'all because she was actually a special guest on the Pull-Up Experience where I'm the co-host. So if you haven't already tapped in, make sure y'all subscribe to that channel as well. But we got the honor and the privilege of being able to learn more about your brand because, girl, you doing the darn thing, okay?
I'm trying.
I mean, amazing. When I tell you I was so excited about that episode, I couldn't wait, okay? I saw that pop up on my calendar. I said, oh, shoot.
I have one to come back.
Yes.
I'm here, though.
We do got to do a redo, though. We do, because Brandon, bless his heart, he had us the lighting was a little off. It was a little sketchy. But all we got to do is get Bree and Steve on the scene, and we're going to be all good. Okay? So I want you to just kind of tell my guests a little bit more about you, Nautica, and we're going to get started into the topic because it's a good one, y'all.
Hey, so my name is Nautica. I am the owner of Dear Future Bae, which is a brand helping single women prepare for their future husbands all while working on themselves. It's a brand that I started about 2.5 years ago from TikTok, and since then we have helped over 75 women get married worldwide. We have books and workbooks in all different countries and different states of America. So it's just something that's faith-based to keep women, more faithful in love.
For sure. When I tell you amazing what you're doing, and like I said, it spreads positivity to all.
Thank you.
To not give up. That right person is out there for you. I'm telling y'all. But we also got to do that inner work. So we're going to talk about that and so much more. So listen, y'all. And of course, I can't be dismissive of the fact we're going to talk about that. What's the tea? I got y'all. In fact, we're going to do a little spin on it, though. We're going to put a little twist that I hope y'all ready for. So get ready for that at the end. And Faith Journal, of course, to keep me on topic. But today's topic is going to be writing the love story that hasn't happened yet. So manifesting that love, y'all. So I think that a lot of times people are dismissive of the fact that there's a lot that comes with you writing it down, making it plain.
Yeah.
So listen, when you hear of, manifesting love, like what comes to mind when you think of that, girl?
When I think about manifesting love, I think it's just putting any thought into what you want. So whether that be writing it down, whether that just be speaking it out loud, thinking it, whatever, manifesting. Manifesting is saying, I am going to be, not I want to be.
Okay.
So
put a little authority on that. That's what it is. Put a little authority on that thing. So listen, y'all, I have told you guys about my journey. Now I'm going to try to do this without messing the mics up. But as we know, I have a past that consisted of me journaling so much. Okay. This thing is heavy, by the way, y'all, and these nails can only support but so much. But I just want y'all to know that this was just strictly in 18 months. This was what I went through.
18 months?
18 months, all these journals, girl, in that little stint of time, filled from beginning to end. You hear me? I don't play. But this was something that was very necessary. When it comes to, see if I can, hey, I need an award for that. Okay. So when it comes to writing some stuff down, when I tell y'all that this stuff is filled with the good, bad, and ugly of what was going on. Because at the time, Nautica, I was going through a devastating end of my marriage. And as much as I was trying to stay strong, because even one of them right here, y'all know I'm very faith-based. So if you ain't, you might be on the wrong channel. But the love there is really where I started. Okay. And I have a tendency to not be consistent with a lot of things. I'll start real strong. I start real strong and then I'll fall off. And this was one of the things that I promised God. I said, if I stay consistent, will you do what I'm praying for, which is, bringing my husband back at that time. And so he said, okay, we'll prove it. He literally told me that in my prayer, prove to me that you can be consistent and I'll show you how I can move things. And in that process, that was where I started from day 1 to day 40, because it was 40-day love dare. And I completed it. It ain't nothing changed.
Well, you expected something to change in 40 days?
Yes, I did. Actually, that brings up a good point, too, in regards to thinking. So what do you feel like is the misconception that people think when they feel like they manifesting love? Is it they're being impatient?
They're very impatient. You think that you're going to write something down or you're going to say that you want something that's going to pop out of thin air. I mean, we all want $1 million, and we said we want $1 million, and it's not here yet. But everything that you do takes work. You can't just say I want something without any work.
For sure.
So people really get impatient when it comes to manifesting. As far as me, people always, you said last year that this was going to be the last year that I was going to spend alone on Thanksgiving. Well, maybe you got to do a couple more. Like, do you want love to come to you in a rush? Or do you want to keep waiting on it till the right one comes? Because you can rush. And then you'll get the wrong thing.
That's right.
And now we're back to square one.
Yep. That's okay. That's a good point. Listen, it's funny because my questions in here, you already tapped into my next one, but I'm going to just definitely take that and kind of go a little bit further because I think that a lot of people are impatient, and I'm guilty of it too. Like I said, I'm thinking after them 40 days, hello, guy, what's up? Where my husband at? Is we ready to reconcile? Let's move on. And it wasn't that. And so you get to a place where you're stuck. And it's like, okay, well, what do I do now? And I think that what really helped me through those questionable moments in my life was prayer. And I know that you also mentioned that was one of the things that your platforms on all the social media, that's what it has, is that faith base. So how important is it having God in regards to whatever you're waiting on? Maybe it's your business to take off. Maybe it is finding your future bae. Like, how important is it to have God in the center?
It's so important because when you're going through these journeys, whether you actually are going through them alone or you feel like you're alone, you're never really alone when you have God. So you're going through these different trials and tribulations and you're going through these waiting phases and all this different stuff, but you're not doing it alone. And I think that's what a lot of people get mixed up with. They think, oh, I'm laying in the bed, I'm so lonely. Well, turn around and read your Bible. Like turn around and talk to God. There's always somebody to talk to. You're never just alone. So you need God in every step of the way with everything that you do, because who else gonna guide you? Obviously, you can't. So it's very important.
So important. And when I tell you that, like you said, in those moments where you think that you're alone, and it do be like that, because you do get tired of telling your girlfriends or family members. Or sometimes it's so late in the night that even if you wanted to talk to them, you can't. So who else better to be that listening ear than God? Who else to better understand your pain and suffering? Because, I mean, shoot, Jesus Christ paid it all on the cross. So he knows all about that suffering portion. So I believe that he really did come down on earth to endure what he did so that we wouldn't feel alone in this, to know that we not exempt from it either. Okay.
That's true. That is so true.
What makes you so special? Okay. So a lot of what you said too, I want to go back to also you tapped into the whole inner work.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think a lot of people, like you said, they just want it to just hurry up and happen.
Mm-hmm.
Hurry up and, snap your fingers and here's my man, or snap my fingers and here's that $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very important that you just really do the actual hard work. Because like you said, you had to work to get your platform to where it is right now. I mean, you started from at one point 0 followers to now, what's the number now, girl?
Which one?
Oh, okay. That's right. You're right. Check me, TikTok.
So on my business TikTok, 68,000. On Instagram, 180,000.
Come on now. Even your personal brand, which you said you even like rebranded from that, even that was like 80-some thousand. I said, oh my God, like this girl is a legend out here when it comes to doing
I love social media.
Yes. So you have to give me some, tips and trips.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to the inner work, it really does have to be, it has to be you taking that initiative every day. So what are some things that you have done as far as inner work so that way you can be ready for your future bae?
Live. So when I say live I think a lot of people get caught up in, I have to journal, I have to write, I have to pray nonstop. But once you start living your own life, once you stop putting so much energy into, like, I want a husband so bad, and then you start living, he'll start coming to you. I know so many women who don't heal themselves. They don't focus on themselves. They're not taking care of their body, their mental, and their mind because they expect the man to come in and then they'll start doing it.
Right.
But you need to fix and work on yourself first before that can happen, which, if you been heartbroken before, go to therapy. I think Black people especially, we steer away from therapy, and we need that really.
We do.
Because therapy that heartbreak didn't start with that man.
Yeah,
it started from your mother, your father, your grandfather. It started from something back in elementary school.
All right, Nautica.
So once you're able to identify that, then you can understand why this breakup happened.
Yep.
And then when the next person comes along, now you know how to move.
Ooh, girl, you said a lot in there. Okay. Ooh, that was a mouthful. But listen, it's so necessary because I myself had to deal with all those things. Because, and you're right, when it comes to therapy, I was an advocate for I don't need it.
Yeah.
When I was married, that was one of the things he would just keep on mentioning. And of course, he would say it in a more spiteful way, like, you need therapy, you crazy. We've been in our arguments and fights and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to receive it. Well, I don't need that. I don't need that. And I'm thinking that I'm good because you're right. A lot of times it can trail you all the way from childhood. And that's exactly where mine had stemmed from. But I didn't recognize it until I got to be alone with myself. So God removed that man because we were separated at the time. And I was like, okay, guys, so what all do I need to work on? Because, I haven't been perfect in this marriage. So what do I need to do? And that's what led me to do the unthinkable in my mind. Because like I said, I was advocate for not doing it. Let me try therapy. Let me see. And when we got there, she started asking me about beyond him. She started asking me about my child. I was like, girl, I ain't here for this. Did you not hear me? I said, I'm losing my man. Like, why are we not talking about that? She was like, in order for me to know what happened in this present, I got to go to your past. Yeah. And when I tell you, sometimes you go to that past,
people are
you ain't ready for it. Yeah.
Because you don't want to relive what you went through.
For sure.
That brings back up trauma, but you have to endure trauma to get past it. And the more you keep running away from it, now you're scared of it, and it's going to keep following you from man to man to man, or friendships or work or anything. You have to heal
for sure,
whatever you're going through, and healing doesn't take a day, a month, a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. I feel like it's almost to a point where Nautica, it can be a continuous work to a certain degree. Now, I feel like you may not been in the same stage that you was when, maybe before the therapy came into play. But there's some things that they taught you along the way that you can still utilize, in your everyday life to be able to just really get yourself balanced and get yourself together. And that was one of the things where I'll never forget when I finally finished my sessions with her, she had gifted me these confidence cards, and I wish I would have brought them. And I was up here grabbing all these journals and ain't think to grab them cards. I still have them to this day, and every day it was something that would be uplifting and really, brightening up my day, or just a great way to start the day, honestly. And before I knew it, girl, I was up here taking colorful sticky notes, and I was writing them on a sticky note and writing them on the sticking them on my mirror. So that would be at night, and in the morning I would pick one up, and that would be like my affirmation for the day. But at night I got to replace it with something new.
I do that now.
Do you do?
Yeah, I do. I do that now.
Oh my gosh, I love it, girl. Now I ain't gonna lie, I sort of kind of copied off of being Mary Jane, but okay, all right. So I'm not alone.
Yeah, definitely.
But I watched that show and it never clicked to do that for myself. But then when she gave me those confidence cards, and I started like really thinking about that TV series when I got to watching it on Hulu. I was like, oh, why don't I just do that?
Yeah.
Because some days you need an encouragement. Sometimes I forget what gospel song it is where you got to encourage yourself.
Yeah.
And oh my gosh, when I tell you, life-changing.
Yeah.
Before I knew it, it was just a colorful rainbow against my mirror. But it helped me to realize just how far I'd gone. Because again, I started off with one sticky note.
Yeah.
And now I had hundreds, So, hey y'all, I know you're enjoying the episode of Beaut Tea Told. We're going to get right back to it. But first I have a question for you. Have you been struggling in your relationship, or maybe lack thereof, and just need someone you can trust to talk to? Or maybe you find yourself back in them tired, played out games and wonder, how in the world did I get here? Well, guess what? You now can book a session with me at beautytold.com, and let's talk about it. Let's heal, let's grow, let's build, so that way you can become your better self, and that way you can attract what you are desiring and get the relationship that you so deserve. Oh, and don't forget to get your merch, such as hoodies, as well as mugs. Let's sip, let's talk, and let's make that positive change. We're going to become our best self, and I'm going to help you to get there. So again, I have so many to choose from as far as varieties that's best suited for you. Grab the relationship coaching that's going to be that game changer for you. And I can't wait to see you there. What are you waiting for? What's one of your, maybe favorite affirmations that you tell yourself?
I can't think of a specific one, but so in the meantime, when I'm not on social media and stuff, I do DoorDash. Okay. And I pick up from this bagel spot, Cocky's Bagels.
Okay, I've heard of them. Yeah.
And it's not every cashier, but there's this young cashier. Every time you come in, she has you pick these cards.
Ooh.
You pick up an order, and I'm like, okay. And I flipped one over, and it says, you're never too old to work towards the place that you want to be. And I keep that in my car. I put it in my windowsill.
Oh, wow.
Because I think about it all the time. Because mentally in my head, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm 32.
Yeah.
I'm getting older. I don't got no kids, no man. But then I look at that card and there's so much time. People say that, people always say time is so short, value it. And it's true. Mm-hmm. But you control your life.
Come on.
And you make as much time as you need for you and what you want. People are passing, people are dying, not on accident, not on purpose, but you can control your life. So while I'm still here on this earth, I'm going to control everything that, I have going on with me, and I'm going to take advantage of it. So I think that's one of my favorite affirmations is, you're never too old.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. And mine is, if I had to think about one, because you're right, it's easy to do when you're at home or when you got something to be able to look at as your little cheap way. Yesterday is done. Today's a new start. That's one of them. And sometimes I have to remind myself, because maybe you had a terrible day. Mm-hmm. Realistically, that's just gonna happen sometimes. But it's over. So now what do? We start anew. You know what I mean? The Bible speaks to that. It's just so many things that will encourage you. You guys already know. I think I said it 20,000 times. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6 is one of my favorite scriptures. That'll get you through your lowest of lows, your highs of highs, your mid, anything in between. All the things. It covers a multitude of whatever it is that you're going through. Now, not to put it on the spot, girl, but I got to ask, do you have a favorite scripture that, it's your go-to, or maybe favorite book in the Bible? Maybe it might be Proverbs. Maybe it might be beginning with Genesis. I don't know.
You know what? I don't have a favorite scripture, but Psalms and
Yeah.
Proverbs are always gonna like stick with me because you can flip. So what I do at home
Mm-hmm.
is I just have my kitchen is yellow, like the decor.
Oh,
I have a yellow
okay.
Bible.
Yeah.
So once a week, I'll just magically flip the Bible and I just put my finger wherever it is, and wherever it lands, I read that scripture.
That's what you read.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that.
Really?
Many of times, girl, because sometimes I'll know what I want to go see if I've seen something on TV or heard something on a podcast. And then a lot of times I'll be like, God, I don't know what to look for. And so like, I just flip through it and whatever looks good, I stop it right there. And I'm like, okay, show me where it. So that's funny that you bring that up, man. That's huge. That's huge. So, okay. So when we get to writing what we want, believing it. So when did you start realizing the power of writing to your dear future bae?
I really didn't realize that part. Opposed to, I've always written in journals, and I have this purple journal, and I always like I write in it, but after whatever I write, I never reread it.
Never?
I just write it, and I go about my day. Wow. And then before I started Dear Future Bae, like right before it, I had got a black Jeep.
Okay.
And I met a friend, if you know Tim Lewis.
Yeah, of course we know.
One day, but when I first met Tim, Tim, the first thing he said to me was like, I don't know you, but you need to refer back to that purple journal. And I'm like,
he said
what
that?
Purple journal? I'm like, what purple journal? And he was like, I don't know, something just told me. So I'm going through, I'm looking through my purple journal, and the first page on my purple journal, it said, God, thank you for my black Jeep. And I'm like, oh wait, I do got a black Jeep.
Wow.
But like, when did I get a black Jeep?
Oh, wow.
But I wrote that 3 years before I got a black Jeep.
Wow.
So once I realized that other things in my journal were coming true, that's when I started writing to my future husband. Yeah. Because I'm thinking, okay, if I put this in there, maybe that'll come true too.
Oh my gosh. Yep. I mean, that just speaks on just the power behind the pen. Yeah. Okay, maybe that's what the title should have been. I don't know, y'all. That's a good title. But it is a good title. We might just have to do it as a subtitle. I don't know. But no, that's facts. Because listen, I ain't do all this writing for nothing. You know, at the end of the day, I feel like there was so many times where I wrote something, and when I did go reference back, because I do go, it's a painful look back, I'm not going to lie. But when I do sometimes go back and will, you know, reminisce on some of the things that I wrote, I'm like, oh my God, Brittany, this actually happened, girl. And I dated everything too. That's the fun. So now I can go back and I got record proof of what I talked about 3-4 years ago that, like, to your point, comes to fruition way later in the future. And it's like, it's scary, ain't it?
Yeah, because I mean, but I think that's why I don't go back and I don't do it on purpose. But I just don't go back and look, because if I keep going back and looking, and if I keep going back and like reading it, now that's all I'm mentally thinking about.
Okay.
I'm always thinking about, I want that car. I want that car. I need that car. I want the car. But if I just forget about it and it just happened one day, it's like, oh, I got it when I was supposed to.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I get it from that side of the coin, I guess.
Yeah, of course.
Because I too, I guess maybe I should stop doing it too, and then we're gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now I do have to ask this, because I feel like when it comes to journaling, do you feel like it's only for women?
No.
But what would get more men interested in wanting to journal, though?
I think men do journal. We journal our emotions and our feelings.
For sure.
Men go to the gym before they. So I feel like that's their way of journaling. You know, when they go to the gym. But I do know men who do journal.
You do? Okay.
Quite a few, actually. I just feel like men talk to men too. Men talk to men easier than women talk to women. So there's really no need for them to want to journal, because they kind of like call up the bros and they talk. As where we call our girls, and then our girls give us the advice that we don't want to hear.
I know, or we shouldn't
hear.
Girl.
But the bros gonna keep it real with them. So I think they journal just a different type of way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fair. That's fair. So I would love to hear from y'all gents. Drop in the comments, like, do you journal? What got you into it? What has come out of it so far? That's maybe manifested into your life. So we'd love to hear from that.
Yeah.
Just a question that came to mind. I love the fact that you brought up the girlfriends, because you're right.
Mm-hmm.
All too well, I know of how your girlfriends can bless their heart, because they want to give you the right advice.
Yeah.
But it ain't always the best advice that you need.
Mm-mm.
So when it comes to realistic and not, especially when it comes to us trying to get our dear future bae or trying to get our relationships in order, what do you feel like some of us women are guilty of when it comes to standards and boundaries that are fair versus, girl, that's not even realistic. That's not even real.
That's what I'm going to say. So the answer to that would be what's realistic and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like social media plays such a big part on
Huge.
All women want this 6-foot chocolate millionaire
Mm-hmm.
man with a yacht and a 6-figure bank account. And it's not that they're not out there. They are.
Yeah,
but you just might be one of the many that are with them.
I know that's right.
I feel like there are so many different men who have different attributes. And I think women are so stuck on certain standards that they don't look outside the box.
Yeah.
Like people don't date outside their race, or they don't date outside their normal height standard, or his shoes are a dirty type of standard. But it's like, maybe those are just his work shoes or something like that. Like, people put too much expectations on the things that they want and then get mad when they don't get it.
Yeah.
So I think that's really big with females.
It is.
Really
it's
big.
Huge, because we get so wrapped up in it. And like I said, nothing I'm saying beauties, I ain't guilty of myself. Because at one point I was so stuck on the whole relationship goals when that was a whole thing that was trending.
Oh yeah.
And who was it? Oh, when it was Megan Good and her husband at the time, Devon Franklin. I'm like, oh my gosh! Like, I just admired how they saved themselves for marriage and did all these things, and they were flourishing in their marriage. And girl, before I knew it, blink of an eye twice, at the 10 year, I don't even think it made it. I think it was right at the cliff of 10 years. They got divorced. And I'm like, and I was crushed, because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I put them almost on a pedestal when it comes to love, and it's over.
But they were your Hollywood couple. She looks good, he looks good, get together.
That's true.
They were never a match. You can look at them and tell they weren't a match.
Yeah, that's true. They were
two totally different persons, and now both of them are married to somebody that they're deeply in love with, who fit them, honestly.
It does.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's a good point. So this has been good. This is getting good. I love this. Yeah. So of course, you reference to my favorite journal, because I had so many questions. Okay, the questions. I'm not going to ask you all these questions, girl. But what would you suggest for us that do, love and adore, journaling? What would be like some 3 powerful things that you think we should include when we're writing?
So you already said the date. The date and the time is very important.
Oh, I didn't do the time. Oh, yeah. So the time.
I put time in mine. When I journal, I always end with love, Nautica.
Oh, okay.
I do that.
I like that.
And then, let me think what else. A title isn't necessary.
Yeah, I don't think none of mine has titles. It's probably best to don't.
It's like, oh, you know what I do?
What?
I kiss my paper.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So is that just a way of like the whole loving yourself before anyone else?
Yep.
Okay.
With red lipstick.
Oh, I know that's Ruby right, red. Honey. Yes. I love it.
Yep, I do that.
I like that, but I think it gives a great personal touch to what it is that you say. It just kind of, what they say, the seal of a kiss.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And the whole point of that too is because I plan on giving my journal to my future husband one day, like at our wedding or whatever.
Yeah.
I plan
on okay, so somebody will get to read it, even if it's not you looking back on it. Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah.
So listen, I know that for a lot of us, again, I've spoken about the fact that my journaling came from relationship pain. Mm-hmm. So, did yours also stem from that, or it was just you having like an awakening moment where it's just like, okay, I just need to get myself together?
Mine came from influence.
Okay.
Mine came from influence of seeing people online journal about things.
Yeah.
So I said, well, let me do it too.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I don't really like have any like other type of like heartbreak or anything.
Well, that's good.
Influence.
Listen, I don't wish it on nobody. So that's good.
I mean, I've had heartbreaks,
right? But that wasn't the
that wasn't the cause of the journals.
Okay, that's good. But you know what? I think that's what also makes it unique too and different is that fact that it didn't start off, similar to mine. It's totally different. You're like, no, girl, it wasn't that, Yeah. But now that can be what you have, and then I can have like, honey, I came from some things, okay? Yeah. So, what do you feel like would keep someone wanting to keep writing and manifesting love again when it's 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, and it ain't happening, where they just like want to give up? What do you feel like would keep them focused to keep striving for what it is that they're believing that will happen?
Yeah, nothing can keep you going but you and your faith. Okay. I mean, that's just simple as it is. If you just want to stop writing, or if you want to give up on love, that's on you.
Okay.
But there's a time limit for everything. Evidently, you're single because you spend so much money.
Yeah.
Evidently, you're single because you don't do this or you don't do that. You have to prepare yourself for what you want to be. So if you are actively practicing to be a wife or a girlfriend, well, a wife, there's no girlfriends in the Bible.
That's right.
If you're actively practicing to be a wife, then you're lining yourself up. If you're just going out to the club, spending money with your friends, and getting drunk, dressing unnecessary,
showing the world,
you're not going to attract what you want. Yeah, and it's just letting God know you're not ready yet.
Ready. Yeah. All right, girl, you preaching today.
Thank you.
So, what has been? I just got to know this. What has been the best advice someone has given you thus far? It can be a life lesson that they've given you, or encouragement, or it can be something even in the relationship space as you're waiting on future bae. What has been something that's been the best advice you've gotten?
You holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back. Facts. Because the world is so big. There's so much to do. Yeah. We have access to so many things. There's so many goals to achieve. And like me, like I say I want to get up and I want to lose weight. And then I turn around, I'm eating a bag of Cheetos, watching Beauty and Black.
Okay.
So it's like, I say I want to do this, but I'm not doing it. Only you can hold yourself back. And also, nobody is coming to save you. I feel like that's one of the strongest, pieces of advice that I've ever been told. Even when your husband comes, he's not coming to save you. He's coming to add to it, yeah. But he's not coming to save you.
Okay, all right. Listen, I think that was great advice and a great check on us. Me and you was talking, because even I got to get to that part of consistency, even with the working out. So I'm guilty of it too, y'all. Y'all not by yourself. Trust me, the struggle be real. But I think that a lot of times it's you taking accountability is really the first step, to be honest. Because when I looked at myself in the mirror, it's like, okay, Brittany, if you don't like what you see, what you gonna do about it?
Right.
It's just as simple as that. So what's some, let's see, when it comes to accountability, do you feel like it's necessary to have someone in your life that's an accountability partner? So whether that is in business, whether that is in relationships, to stay away from that ex that you want to text and, rekindle with, do you feel like accountability and a partner is necessary?
I do feel like an accountability partner is necessary. But again, that goes back to nobody's going to save you. No. Because you're
right. Yeah, they can slack off too. 1 minute they checking on you and then they disappear.
Like you kind of gotta whoop your own self and get your own stuff going, because again, they can slack off. They may not answer the phone one day. You may need them. Nobody's there, and only you came into this life alone. You're gonna leave this life alone.
Yeah.
But I mean, you do have people who will be there for you,
for sure.
But don't count on it all the time.
Yeah.
No, just know, if I need them, I can call them. If they don't answer, it's okay. I got this too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I like the way you're talking, because you're right. You giving it to us real and raw. Whether we want to accept it or not, it's up to us.
Nobody's coming.
But it do fall on us for sure.
It does.
Okay. All right. I hope y'all taking notes. It's getting good, y'all. This tea's piping hot. Let me see. So I had some last little minute ones that I wanted to throw out there to you, girl, because you ain't been hesitating on them. So how do you feel as though someone can be able to how can you read a red flag? Like, how can you read some of the red flags a lot sooner or quicker when it comes to relationships?
Your body will tell you.
Okay.
Your body will definitely tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Once you, like, say you're talking to somebody and they say something that you don't like, and you kind of be like, or you you get that ick.
You do.
You get a short ick, but then most women try to be like, okay, maybe that's just him. It's your body telling you, I don't like this, like reject it immediately. And then that's why women stay in certain situations for so long.
Yeah.
Because they kind of like dismiss that ick, or they
for sure.
dismiss certain things. And you can always tell a red flag from a mile away. Like it's waving in your face. You just have to learn how to stop ignoring it because you want something so bad.
Oh, yes.
You want someone so bad, you tend to ignore, the things that aren't good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, you said there's nothing that you have said thus far that I myself am not guilty of.
Yeah.
Because I think that a lot of times when I look back over past relationships, the past marriage, there was a lot of red flags that I ignored. Even, if I could be honest, even some for myself. Because to your point, I had some unresolved childhood trauma that, to your point again, I just swept under the rug and moved on with my life and just never thought that I had to ever revisit that again until therapy made me dig it back up.
Yeah. Yeah, because you could be a red flag to yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's where you get all this toxicity and all of this situationships, which, guilty of those too.
We got to learn how to sweep that under the rug. I don't know where that came from. I don't remember hearing it in 2017 or 2007.
Right. I was going to say, look further back than that.
I don't know what this new situationship thing is.
I don't
know
that either.
Has to go.
It's keeping a lot of us captive, because it's not healthy. And when I speak about manifesting or writing what you want as healthy love, what would be some things that you would say are definitely some traits of future bae that would be more healthier than it would be harm, to my beauties?
Let me see. Like, as far as like dating? So I would say
relationship?
At least in the dating phase, like, make sure that you're talking to somebody who is respectable. Someone who's not calling you B's and H's or calling you late at night. Like,
that's
don't call me after 10.
Yeah.
So that shows
for sure.
Making sure that you're someone who listens is so important.
Yeah.
And somebody who is concerned. Someone who listens and concerned. Who wants to at least, they may not actually help you with your problems, but if you're asking me, do I need help?
Yeah.
Let me tell you, like, no.
Right.
Or yes, but at least you're asking me.
For sure.
Because just that one question, it makes women feel like, me, I don't know what's wrong with men these days.
I don't know.
Men don't care. Like, they want us to ask them, are you okay?
Right.
Like,
the roles have definitely changed.
Yeah. Like, they want to be, but they're called the passenger princess. Princess, whatever.
Yeah, passenger princess.
So, yeah, like, there's a lot of, there's a lot.
There are. Yeah, definitely. Listen, I mean, even for myself, to your point, you start to have that woman's intuition of whatever doesn't sit right in regards to what they have, characteristic wise. But I feel like the important things too is making sure that you write it down what it is that you are looking for. So that way when you're in that date, and getting to really have that conversation with them, if they're saying something that you don't, you are complete opposite in regards to that take, or you see some things lifestyle wise that you just know ain't gonna mesh well with what you got going on, it can be an immediate no. And I think a lot of checklist.
I have a checklist in my journal.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, since you ain't bring the journal, I know. I mean, I asked. You owe me a journal. You know what I'm saying? You owe me or a workbook? Because is it workbook and journal, or is it just journal?
It's a workbook and journal. Yes.
Okay. Well, you owe me one, girl. Because I was looking forward to that, because that's one of the things I wanted to be able to just kind of see and explore is the different ways that you give those beauties and gents, because I'm Beaut Tea Told. That's what I call my peeps. Ways that they can be able to do the inner work or be able to write some things down of what they're looking for and be able to, to check it off and be able to. Now, don't get outrageous with it, y'all. The person don't have to make 6 figures. The person don't have to be, the man ain't got to be 6 foot tall. The girl ain't got to be, I forgot the measurements of the perfect body, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pow. It ain't got to be all of that. But let's be realistic in what you're looking for. But I think that writing it down will sometimes be a reminder to yourself, for those that go back to, read what they wrote. So, So I mean, what's some of the things that you can recall that's in your workbook that's on that checklist? Or was that some of the things that you just mentioned that was in there?
Yeah, some of them are on there. Okay. So I have a checklist and have a scale list. Was he respectable from 1 to 10? How did he dress? Only because appearance. No, not he has on Gucci shoes and Gucci shirt. No, right. I mean was he presentable? Because to me, appearance matters. Okay. A well-kept man can keep a well-kept wife. So, I'm trying to think of appearances. Was his conversations interesting? Because some men can be boring. Okay. What is he not really? What does he do? But does he have an occupation? How was just a lot of things that kind of measure up to how you can help benefit me if I were to get with you.
Okay. No, I mean that's fair. Like I said, and what you have on that checklist is not unrealistic, but you have to have some type of standards, or otherwise you're just gonna fall for anything. Anybody. Yeah. So to your point, I think one of mine for sure would be, it has to be a man of God. We have to be aligned in regards to where our faith is. For sure. Always at the top. Consistency. And that's going to be part of that journaling thing, because now you can be able to kind of go back and journal, was that person consistent? To your point, what's their work ethics? Because even if he is just a bus driver, but he don't miss work. That a lot of times too, like you said, you can just kind of even sit back and observe what they're saying or what they're doing to be able to know just part of who they are. Because if you're a person that like to call off at the drop of a hat, am I really gonna be able to depend on this person?
That's true.
So that's a good point. I like the way your checklist, it makes you think even more and go a little bit further with whatever it is that you wrote down. So
but are you can you check yourself off that checklist as well?
That's the real question that we gotta ask.
Yeah, you want somebody who has all this, but can you match that too?
Man, one of the things that I definitely admire. Now, this was way back. Ooh, gosh, I think this is now over a decade now too. I feel like I'm getting older. I'm not claiming old. I feel like I'm getting older. But I remember back when the whole Sierra prayer thing was a thing.
Oh yeah.
So does your workbook, does it have a prayer section?
I have Sierra's prayer in my workbook.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh my
Because so many people requested it. Yeah. And they talk about it a lot. I added it. So my workbook, it goes from the opening of the workbook is you talking about your future husband, what you want from him, prompts. Okay. There's a prompt that's about imagine that you're waking up as a wife. What do you do as a wife in a day?
Just a day in the life of the wife.
Yep. Okay. And then it goes on to personal. Okay. What was your past like? What were your dislikes and what do you like? How did you affect or effect relationships? What did you bring? What was your strength, your weaknesses? So now we're breaking that down. And then we're going on to, I think, what is it? Affirmations.
Yeah, you need those.
There's different, games in the book. Okay. Board games.
It's got a whole lot going on.
And then you can prepare for your future wedding at the end. So it's destination wedding or your bridesmaids or your colors and stuff. And then there's a vision board.
Ooh, that's very
I put a vision board
too.
in there. So I left 2 pages open for you to cut out whatever, and you can stick and paste it on there.
Oh, wow. I mean, that pretty much got everything that someone would need to be able to better equip and prepare them for their future bae.
Yes.
I like that. And I like the fact that, like you said, what did you do to affect or effect
Effect.
the relationship? Because again, that's something that a lot of us don't want to hold up the mirror to ourselves and check ourselves on. And I was guilty of it at one time. I'm sure if I go back in these journals in the beginning stages, it's all him. But one of the things that I did want to point out, because this was 18 months of me, journaling, and I like to say the good, bad, and ugly because I didn't miss a day.
Yeah.
I think there was one time in between that I had left my journal at home and I was like panicking, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just have to put it in my phone because one way or another I got to uphold my promise to God that I was going to journal every single day.
Yeah.
No matter how tired, no matter how angry, no matter how sad. A lot of these pages got teardrops in them. Okay, like crying myself. Like it's real. It's raw. It's me. You know what I mean? But it's funny because I'll be able to, if I really took the time to read through them, I'm not the same person that started that journey. Yeah. Because throughout, I'll start to see the transformation of me where I started to self-evaluate myself. Stop pointing the finger at that person all the time and really start to point it at yourself. Yeah. And you start to do, that inner work. Again, therapy was definitely a big part of it. Getting myself to the gym was another. Yeah. Man. That was something that I kept putting off. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And it started off me wanting to get the revenge body so he'll want me back.
Oh my God. Please, let's talk about that. Yes. I think every girl goes through that.
Yes, we got every to.
Girl. And men do too, though.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, men do honey, too. I've seen it online. They definitely do. Yeah. But I think that you start off that way, though, or at least for me, it was. I started off that way where I'm like, he don't want me back, to the point where it was like, no, I need to do this for me. Yeah. And I think that you start to see the maturity and the growth. And I think that was, to be honest with you, I think that was the whole intent for God all along of making me journal. I'm thinking it was so I can get to the end goal of restoring my marriage. But he was doing the restoration of me. Yeah. So, and like you said, you can't put a time limit on that. You know what I mean? So what would be, as we are kind of winding this thing down, what would be your advice to my beauties and gents in regards to, manifesting their dear future bae? And they've been writing it, they've been, holding tight to those journals. But what would be some, words of encouragement from Miss Nautica?
If I could give you like one important piece when it comes to waiting for whoever it is, go outside. Go outside. You have to go outside. You can't be sitting in the house. Yeah. Writing in this thing all day, laying in the bed. Oh, when is he gonna come? Rolling around in the bed, watching love stories, pretending that it's you. You have to go outside.
You do have to go outside. For sure.
I think people are so relied on social media to bring them love. And it can happen.
It could.
But I feel like that old school traditional running into somebody at Home Depot or at the airport, it tells a story.
For sure.
And it's more pure. Because now this isn't somebody who's been watching me. They know everything that I do and what I like. This is somebody who doesn't know me and who has immediate interest in me and wants to get to know me more. So it's more bound to last a little bit longer. So get outside. And just explore your community, explore the world, because it's 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 people in this world. And here you are rolling around crying in bed about your ex. I mean, you can be outside being found by the one who's supposed to be for you.
Now, I hope y'all heard that, because you giving some real advice there. Yeah. It ain't going to just, be delivered at your doorstep like an Amazon package.
No, I tell people that all the time.
You have to. Because like you said, in their mind, they think that that's how that's going to work, and it's not. It's not. But you're right. You can stumble upon them in the grocery store. You can stumble upon them anywhere. Like you said, it can be through a DM on social media. I've heard some cute love stories that way. But a lot of times it is in person, where you can stumble upon them on a podcast episode like me. That's true. That's just giving y'all a little hint, and I ain't gonna say who he is, But I think that that's great advice, because a lot of times we need that, and that might have been just what someone needed to hear to keep them going. Yeah, sure. To keep them understanding that what you're writing, what you're doing, all the work that you're putting in or outer, emotionally, it will not be in vain, because what God has for you, it will be for you. And like you said, it's all about the timing. Yeah. Because the Bible even speaks about there's a time and a season for everything. So I think it's just really, it could also be just God testing to see, okay, are you willing to wait? Are you willing to do what you need to do And then when the time comes, I can bless you.
And you will be tested.
Oof.
You will be sent these
Honey.
counterfeits. And girl, I was just sent somebody last summer, head to toe, everything I wanted. We had the same interests, the same favorite artists. Who?
Okay.
It was just insane to me.
Wow.
And just turned out to be evil. But what I learned was that he was, in my mind, he was so perfect.
Yeah.
He reminded me of me. So I was just dating myself.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And like you said, you can experience counterfeits. Where you meet him at? I'm curious.
Instagram.
I was just gonna say, was it online?
Instagram. He doesn't even live here. I was going to Baltimore.
Dang.
To see him. And I'm like, okay, I found somebody he's 6'5", y'all. He light skinned like I like him. Ooh. He this, he that. He was perfect.
Girl, shut up. It's saying all the right things, doing all the right things.
We had the same interest in food, artists, music, clothing, drawings, paintings. And I'm like, oh, this is me. I ran into me.
Wow. You ran into the male version of you.
And he had to hurt me for me to learn me. Yep.
Girl.
Yeah.
Victim of it as well. Y'all seen the story about Lenny? I was bamboozled, girl. I was fooled. He was saying all the right things, doing all the right things. And you're right. Before you know it, it's like a light switch. They just flip. Yeah. And I'm just like, who are you? Like, bring the other guy back. Where he at? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you're right. But it's so I forgot which singer said that there's lessons, you know. It's not that you're taking a loss, but it's a lesson in what you're learning. And for you, like you said, I think it was just realizing, okay, what to look for next time, you know, what to watch out for. And then I know also for myself, it was, okay, I experienced it even for a glimpse moment, which means that it can be possible.
Yep. And that's what keeps
you going. It gives you that glimpse of hope to know that if I experience this temporary, then that forever is out there.
Yep. That's so true. I like that.
Yeah, girl.
I like that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Stephanie, I got it right, girl. All right. Well, this has been a fun time, girl. I'm so glad that this got to come about. I mean, like I said on the pull-up experience, I got to have you on.
Yeah, of course.
Because the queen with all the relationship, I'm like, I'm gonna pick her brain. I gotta have her. And you know, fast forward, gosh, a couple years now, and I finally got you on here.
That flew by so fast.
Yes, for sure. All right, now you know I gotta ask the most important question.
I know.
Of the whole entire episode. Mm-hmm. So, Nautica,
yes,
what makes you beautiful?
What makes me beautiful? Such a hard question to ask.
I know, right? It makes you really think.
My personality.
Okay.
I think my personality is what makes me beautiful. I'm so caring and so giving and so understanding.
Yes.
That even... Well, nobody's really ugly, but the ugliest person, you know, could have the sweetest personality.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that just draws me close to so many people.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I was rude or mean or just had a bad attitude, nobody would want to be around me.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I feel like because of who I am, even through everything that I've been through, I've never changed. I've always been sweet and sensitive, and that's just going to be me to the end of the day.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I think that is a very beautiful quality.
Thank you.
Yes. All right, y'all. So without further ado, because I know y'all been waiting patiently, you know, that was a good segment, but you're like, okay, Brittany, let's get to what's that tea? Okay. What's the tea, girl? So, like I told y'all, it's a little different this time because usually I have my scenario of somebody that's wrote in, maybe DM me. Ain't nothing on here, okay? Ball blank. Yeah. Because this time I'm going to ask my studio audience what y'all got for me. What's the tea?
So I do have a question. You may have to restate it a little louder. But so when I'm asking God for a partner, when I am expressing my desires, how can I tell that they're coming from a place of alignment with Him, or if they're just being more so influenced by my own pride? When you have those thoughts like, I need a man who's this and this and this because I'm different. How do I decipher whether it's coming from these modern dating influences or my pride, or actually coming from the fruits of the Spirit, coming from what I believe God has for me?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Great question.
That's an awesome question. So, yeah, just to, turn up the volume and let you know, I'm going to just reiterate. I can't tell it verbatim. But basically, when you are praying for your future bae and, waiting patiently, how do you know when you've met them where they are literally sent from God versus what your own self would want and desire? So how do you know that they really do have, that love of God and they were really sent from him versus what you just personally desire and wanting? He's been everything on your checklist, in your journal. So, I have to let my guest go first. It's only right.
Well, to answer that, you can tell when somebody is fake being a man of God, or when somebody's being, a fake fearful woman.
For sure.
Discernment is the word.
Gosh.
Discernment is the word.
That's the word of the day for sure.
Like, people can put on a show for so long, but their real side will start to come out. And once you realize, oh, this isn't who they say they are, they're putting on a performance for you.
Yep.
Like the devil would when he's trying to get your attention.
Makes it look real glamorous at first,
so beautiful.
Yeah.
It makes everything sound so sweet. And I'll do this and I'll do that. And then they'll turn around and do something that's not of them. Or that's not of God.
That's right.
And then you'll be able to realize it and be like, oh no. But it's always great. That's those red flags.
That's the red flags.
So I guess you can kind of count the devil as the red flag.
But yeah, he's definitely the biggest red flag.
You have to learn how to pick those early so that you're not wasting. You're never wasting time, honestly.
That's
Every
true.
person that you meet is there for a reason, and you take each lesson from a person and apply it. But once you learn those red flags or who that person is early on, now you're saving time for your future husband to hurry up and come get you instead of wasting 2-3 years with somebody who is not supposed to be there.
Yep, it never was. I like that. Okay. All right, let me see if I can follow your lead, girl. You pass the baton. All right. So definitely to your point, discernment was a huge one.
Yeah.
So discernment, the way that you'll have a strong discernment though, is through, word of God.
Yep.
Through reading your word, because that will definitely expose some things. It's so funny how the Bible, 2,000 years plus old, and it's still relevant to this day.
Yeah. Crazy.
So a lot of life lessons. You even spoke about it earlier. Proverbs is a huge one that you can be able to pinpoint.
Everything in Proverbs.
Man,
everything.
It exposes a lot. Okay, if y'all want some drama, open the Bible. I promise you.
Yeah.
I've stumbled upon some stories that I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that this happened and that part. You're from lies to theft to deceit. It's all in there.
Yeah.
Shoot, David went after somebody else's wife, okay? Killed the man just to get the wife, okay?
Crazy.
So it's been craziness. So in the Bible, it'll give you a lot. But it'll definitely get you geared up in discernment. It'll definitely, your prayer time is a huge one.
Huge.
God will reveal so much to you. And to your point, too, you're going to have that unsettledness that just, something ain't right. Again, if y'all go back to my episode with Lenny, had me fooled, but a lot of things I ignored because I got so caught up in him that I started falling off of what I was supposed to be doing, which was staying in my prayer, time and being able to read in my word. I'm so chasing after him that I lost sight. And so it was only right that I didn't pick up those red flags as early. Yeah. So a lot of times, I'm telling you, have that relationship with God. He going to strengthen that discernment. And you gonna know. And a lot of times too, you're gonna know that he was sent from God because it will seem like it's not real, but in a good way. And it's gonna be consistent,
That's
and
be true.
I think yes, absolutely. And I swear, y'all, I don't be meaning to pump my man head up all the time. But it's been almost 1.5 years and he ain't took his foot off the gas yet. So that's how you know. Like sometimes it's more those like pinch me because like this can't be real. Like we done went days, weeks, months, over a year, and still the same person I met. Nothing has changed. So you're gonna know it by their consistency and how they show up for you each and every day. That they don't waver, that they don't move, and they care about you. Yeah, they're very selfless. So much. We could go on and on, but you're going to definitely know. Like you said, they can only keep up that facade for so long.
That's true.
So usually within maybe at the most, even the top tier fakers out there can only do it like maybe 6 months or less.
3 months.
3 months. Okay. All right. I'm giving them too much credit. 3 months.
Yeah.
And they already revealing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So be watching for that. Again, stay in your word, stay in your prayer. And I'm telling you, God will lead you in ways that he will present Future Bae in a way that you never even imagined.
Yes, he will.
Yeah. I love this. This was probably, it's one of my, like top 5 episodes. I can't be throwing nobody else under the bus, but this is a good episode though.
Thank you.
Well anticipated. Well, guys, I mean, we talk so much about, workbooks and love journals and relationship journals. It's only right that I have my own. So again, it's coming. I was able to get my pages numbered finally, shout out to Bae, because I kept on, telling him and crying on his shoulder. He was like, give it to me.
Yeah.
Let me find out how I can get this problem resolved for you. And he did just that. And before I knew it, lickety split. Them pages was on that manuscript, and we that much closer, y'all. Now blame your girl, thinking I'm a Canva queen. See, I ain't nobody. I'm not a Canva queen like you, girl.
Teach you.
You're gonna have to teach me, because now my lines look all crazy and crooked. So bless his heart, my boyfriend's gonna send it back to the man, and we're gonna get that together next. But it is coming, y'all. I cannot wait. Spring of 2026, the journal is dropping. Okay, so I promise y'all, it is going to be the 60-day faith and love journal. Ooh. Yes. So you gotta walk by faith to be able to get what you're looking for. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we all want love. Yeah. And what greater love than the love of Jesus Christ, you know? So every page is going to have a scripture to get you going, an affirmation or encouragement.
Don't give them too much.
Oh, you're right. I've already said too much. You're right. You're right. Just let that simmer for a little bit. And just know it's on the way. You're right, girl. I'm doing too much. I be doing too much. And I wonder why ain't nobody getting it. Okay. Well, I hope you guys had such an amazing time as we did. Make sure you share with a friend, because I'm sure there's many family members and friends that you could think of that could use what we've talked about today. And be encouraged. Just know, Dear Future Bae, if you ain't been starting them pages with that, make sure y'all putting them dates on there. Make sure y'all are writing what it is that you are desiring and love, and watch it come into real life existence. So I'm excited for you. Love you guys so, so much. And until next time, let's make a change.